I'm asked all the time, okay, how are you going to recreate Black Wall Street? I said, well, the goal is not to recreate what was, it's to build on what was and create what is now, right?
Over 50% of Black Americans are unmarried, and only 2% of Black families in America have a net worth over $1 million.
We are on our journey to not only join that 2%, but grow that 2%.
Facts. I'm Devon Travell, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game, with my beautiful co-host.
I'm Sinclair, aka the Health Nerd. You can go to our website at them4show.com, our Instagram at them4show, and our YouTube channel at Melanated Married Millionaires in the Making.
And welcome to the M4 Show.
Well, so the dream is to provide a place that's for entrepreneurs to have a home for their business, and a home that's affordable and desirable. And I laugh every time I say that, because a lot of times what's affordable is not desirable. You know, and so I got a building I can afford, but it's in a location I don't want to be. And so the Greenwood Plaza is to be in a prime location, but yet remain affordable, right? And so the goal is to inspire small business owners to go after their dreams, and to know that they have a big brother, big sister, to hold their hands through the process, to say, hey, we overcame some of these hurdles. We still overcoming some, but the ones that we were able to get over, we want to help you get over them too, right? And so I'm asked all the time, okay, how are you going to recreate Black Wall Street? I said, well, the goal is not to recreate what was, it's to build on what was and create what is now, right? Because as I stated earlier, the Greenwood district back in Tulsa was a response to segregation.
Yep.
So we're not segregated anymore, we're integrated. It wasn't created because Black people say, hey, we want to beat ourselves and we want to exclude whites, we want to exclude Asians. No, that wasn't the spirit behind it. It was, we had to do this or we was going to die. Right? And so now I believe that, because I think it has to be a systematic effort to raise the equity economically in the Black community, because there was a systematic effort to suppress it.
Facts.
So you have to be intentional. So it's not that, so the spirit behind this is not to be exclusively Black, because I think it's going to take the white dollar, the Asian dollar, and all of the dollars poured into the Black community to bring the equity that's needed to have the economic equity as our counterparts. And so we call it really Greenwood 2.0, because it's going to take diversity, but it's going to be a focus on those of us that have been left behind for the longest, right? We're kind of like 400 years behind. Every time Blacks got a chance to get economic equality, it was snatched away from us before we ever got it, right? Going all the way back to 1865, after slavery ended. Abraham Lincoln said, what is the best thing I can do for free slaves? He said, oh, I know. I can teach them about money. So he created the Freedmen's Bank, right? But you know the history. He got assassinated before it can really get off the ground. Frederick Douglass tried to save it by putting $10,000 of his own money in it, but that couldn't save it because the government stopped funding it. They stopped supporting it. So eventually it went under. And then the money that was in it was stolen. So we didn't get, as my friend, my brother John Hope Bryan would say, we didn't get the memo on money. right? And so, and then right after that, the blacks were freed, but you had the Jim Crow laws in the South. So you're free, but not really.
Look, we're gonna get right back into the amazing podcast. But if you didn't know, in 2017, we created Black Wall Street, the board game, because we thought more families needed to know about the history of Tulsa Black Wall Street. More families needed to know about the legacy of Black excellence left behind of Tulsa Black Wall Street, that we can own a Madam C.J. Walker Beauty Salon. We can have a Booker T. Washington High School. We can have an Uncle Steve's Barbecue. We can have a Renaissance man like Simon Berry, who had his own taxi service and bus service that got bought out by the city of Tulsa. We have brilliance in our DNA, and we wanted to make sure that your family can play a game that teaches them about this brilliance. So we have Black Wall Street, the board game, right here. We had the first edition available in 2017. That got sold out. We're on the second edition right now, or you can get the beautiful masterpiece version of the game as well. It's up to you. Head to playblackwallstreet.com and get yourself Black Wall Street, the board game, to empower you, your family, and generations to come. Playblackwallstreet.com. Let's get back to the episode.
Right? So there's another time where we were economically oppressed, right? And then after the Jim Crow laws were abolished, now the KKK stepped in. So now, once again, it looked like we're about to get AI, not too fast, right? And then Dr. King, right? As long as Dr. King was talking about, kumbaya, nobody messed with it. But when he started talking about America has to pay its debt to blacks, and start talking about reparation, right now I'm coming for my check, right? And then the sanitation boycott, what happens to King? He gets murdered. So we never really get a chance to get the help that we needed from the government. And here's why I say help, because after slavery ended, the government gave land to whites. Mm-hmm. And then what they didn't give away, they sold it for pennies on the dollar. Why? Because they understand that economic empowerment is what Americans need to make the American economy run. But we never got ours, not from the system. Mm-mm. But even with all of that, we're still able to rise, right? We're still not where we're still, behind. Because the average black family's net worth is $7,000. The average white family net worth is $140,000, right? And it's not no other reason other than we don't own anything. We don't own homes, right? 41% of us own homes. So we got to get home ownership up, right? We got to get business ownership up, right? To close that gap. And so it's not necessarily a race thing as much as it's about an economic empowerment thing.
Thank you for supporting the M4 show and our mission to increase the wealth of Black families.
If you received any value from this episode, any value at all, any, do us a favor and give us a like and subscribe on YouTube and Apple, Spotify, anything, all of them, all of them, wherever you're listening, go ahead and like and subscribe.
And after you like and subscribe, make sure you send this episode to at least one family that you really want to see win. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.